Hello Internet, this here is my 1965 Deluxe Reverb reissue that you'll notice internally doesn't look quite like a 65 Deluxe Reverb reissue. This one's been hand wired, beautiful job done on the hand wiring, so that it is effectively more like a black face, point to point. Again, just beautiful job. Mercury magnetics transformers installed. And long story short, I'm trying to make the tone stack a little brighter, maybe add a bright cap if it doesn't already have one, which from what I'm seeing, it doesn't look like it does. Maybe add a presence knob like on the back here in this little space, like I think is sometimes on some old Mesa Boogie designs for their presence control on the back. Something like that. I just want to be able to brighten this thing up a bit on the extreme top end, like around 6 to 8K, somewhere in that range, maybe even higher, just to get that glassiness, that Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of glassy metallic bite. I have another video that I demonstrate what I'm talking about. If you want to watch it, go ahead. But I have to, long story short, I got to dime the treble on this thing to get it close to where I want it. And I'd still like to have even a little bit more brightness on tap for certain guitars that I have. So, looking at schematics here, this is for a vintage blackface. Now, I don't know what version I have because there's no designation on what the PCB is or who did the work or how it's all done. But being that it's a 1965 reissue, I'm guessing that this is going to be the schematic they used. Basically a 1965 Deluxe Reverb schematic. The brightness cap for this schematic would be right here, this 47 picofarad on the volume potentiometer. So we can see here is between the volume potentiometer and this tube, which will be a 12AX7 in the circuit there. So going back over to the amplifier, this is the volume knob for the vibrato channel. There's no capacitor on the volume knob itself. We got this wire that we can trace over here going directly to the tube. Nothing in line with the tube. Now let's check the treble control, because it's possible, I think from looking at the schematic, that it could possibly be going over here to the treble. Again, nothing there. And this treble is going to go over to the tone stack right here. I believe this is going to be the capacitor for the treble control itself. So in order to get more brightness out of this puppy, what would you recommend? Add a brightness cap. I can make it switchable in and out of circuit. Circus. Yeah, that's kind of what this feels like sometimes. I got a ground switch here that's not doing anything, so I got a spare spot that I could make it a switchable brightness, kind of like on a twin reverb or something, or I could just pop it in there permanently. I would probably prefer to have it switchable, or I could add some kind of presence control, or I could modify the tone stack, which is going to be somewhere over in this region. I'll kind of zoom in on that for anybody. This is all powered down and charged down, but you never really know on tube amps. Just better safe than sorry. And I think this is going to be the treble control. This is mid-range and bass. Yeah, it looks like mid-range, and there should be, what is it, an inductor or something? I don't see an inductor or coil. Maybe there's a bypass cap on that, passing high frequency to ground or something. But this is roughly what the tone stack looks like. Maybe there's a way to get this a little bit brighter. Swap out some resistors, different resistor value, different capacitor values. So yeah, one, what would you recommend there? And two, can anybody tell me what, I'll just do a quick kind of looking over this circuit. Is anybody good enough to just be able to tell me, is this the circuit I'm looking at online, that 1963 to 1966 Fender Deluxe Reverb circuit? Roughly speaking, this potentiometer here, I'm guessing, is a bias adjustment. I don't know for sure, but that looks very bias adjustment E. So maybe with the exception of that, is this going to be this AA763 Blackface Deluxe Reverb circuit? Yeah. And then again, any suggestions on how to brighten this puppy up? Anyway, great. The help is greatly appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you.